What is up, everybody? I hope you're all doing well today, and welcome back to another Fallout 4 video. Pistols in Fallout. There's a lot of them. Some are good, some are bad, and some are just downright egregious. And today, we're going to go through rating and talking about all the pistol weapons in Fallout 4. Before we dive into it, I want to thank the sponsor of this video, HelloFresh, for providing me a link and discount code that includes free shipping to offer all of you. If I had to guess, I would bet a lot of you are little gamers like me who, well, may not be the best of chefs or at keeping to a good meal plan, and HelloFresh has us covered with pre-proportioned recipes that get delivered right to your door. With easy instructions to follow, you'll find these meals are far easier to make than listening to Preston talk about another settlement that needs your help, and they taste a lot better than a Deathclaw omelet. So if you'd like to save money and set yourself up with an easy and quality meal plan, click the link down in the description to go check them out, and don't forget the discount code so you can save even more. Alright, so let's jump back into it with number 1 on our list, the 10mm pistol. The 10mm has been a staple in the Fallout series, and though I do highly prefer the Fallout 3 and New Vegas versions of this one, as they look much more like an actual real-world pistol, I'm going to give Fallout 4's 10mm a 6, because though it is way oversized and chunky to the point it would be cumbersome and too heavy to use regularly, it doesn't look too bad, it functions normally as a pistol should, and I did have a lot of fun in vanilla Fallout using the auto version of it, so I feel it's a solid 6. Next up we have the Deliverer pistol, and I actually really like this one, so I'm going to give it a 9. The Deliverer pretty closely resembles the Makarov handgun, and for me it gets a bit higher score for being realistic. I like that it resembles an actual handgun size, unlike the 10mm, and as far as in-game, it looks pretty slick, especially when you slap a suppressor on it, and I had a great time sneaking around and playing Hitman in Fallout. Number 3, the 44 pistol. The 44 pistol is one I used a lot during the early days of Fallout 4, and I think it is a pretty well-made revolver. It does have one drawback that I will talk about in a moment, but I'm going to give the 44 an 8. It looks great, it packs a punch, it does have some decent customization. The only thing that holds me back from giving this one a higher score is its reload. It's not a big deal, but I find it a little annoying that when the player reloads the revolver with the imaginary speed loader, you drop all the rounds out of the gun and reload 6 fresh ones. The problem is, even if you only fire one shot, you still drop all 5 unfired rounds onto the ground, like ammo means nothing in the apocalypse. So it's a small nitpick, but it does hold me back from giving the 44 a higher score, as I find this a little silly. Number 4, the pipe pistols. I'm gonna just say it. The pipe pistol is a 1 out of 10. I can't stand the pipe weapons for a lot of reasons, but I'll try and break it down to a couple of key points. First is the magazine. The mag on the pipe pistols is clearly meant for a rifle round, but instead, Fallout tries to tell me that that big old mag holds a bunch of 38 caliber pistol rounds. 38 cal rounds are way too small for the mag, and it's just so silly that anyone would think it can work that way. The next thing I have a problem with is the bolt. There's no ejection port at all, so the only way this could ever possibly work is if it just shot all the hot brass towards the user, which is not fun for anyone. And that is all pretending the bolt is even functional at all. It looks like it's more likely to explode in your hands than ever actually put rounds towards your enemies. And on top of it all, it's just plain ugly. Having a lot of cobbled together weapons running around the Commonwealth in the apocalypse makes perfect sense to me, but the execution is just bad, and just shows the designers of the weapons in Fallout don't even have the most basic of understanding on how firearms function, and could have been fixed with just a couple of very simple quick Google searches. Number 5, the plasma pistol. As energy weapons don't really exist yet, it's a bit harder to rate them as there's no real basis on how one would work or how one would look, etc., etc. So rating the energy weapons is going to be more on personal preference and design. I'm going to give the plasma pistol a 6. I don't really enjoy using energy weapons at all in Fallout, but I do think the design of the plasma gun is very cool and sci-fi looking. And the effects for the plasma shots are very well done, and I think they look very cool. So though my score for it is lowered as I don't care for using it, it does gain some points for having a well-made and very unique design. Number 6, Alien Blaster Pistol. So I'm going to give this silly little alien gun a 5. I don't really like the look of it at all, but it does fit that 80s alien vibe, so props for that. The projectiles being a blue electric ball look really cool, and I like how the reload looks like you're changing a battery in it. So once again, I don't really like using it much, but I do think the design is well made and doesn't deserve to have its score really tanked just because I don't like using it. Number 7, the Gamma Gun. Oh boy, this thing. This has to be one of the most ugly weapons in the game. I mean, it looks like a radio dish strapped to a grip and a couple of batteries, so this one gets a 2. The Gamma Gun is useless on anything but humans, which makes it not very reliable, and I just don't enjoy using it whatsoever. The only redeeming quality I can find is the projectiles do look super cool, and the devs definitely made some high quality effects for it, but past that, it's just pretty icky, so 2. Number 8, the Pipe Revolver. In my opinion, the Pipe Revolver is a decent step above the rest of the pipe weapons, and for that, I'm going to give it a 3. This one looks like it would have a better chance of actually functioning like a gun, unlike the others, because it has a cylinder, a hammer that could work properly, and since it is a single action making it a simpler design, it could actually work. So it gets a bit better score because of that. It does suffer the same reload problem as the 44, which is annoying, and it's just plain ugly. Number 9, the Laser Pistol. Of all the energy weapons, the Laser Pistol is by far my favorite. I like the heavy firing sound, and the red lasers is a pretty cool aesthetic, especially when using the auto version. It gets pretty wacky. But all in all, it has a cool look. I enjoy using it a lot more than the other energy weapons, so I'm going to give this one a 7. And there you have it, folks, my rating for all the pistols in Fallout 4. Let me know down in the comments which of these is your favorite, and if you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like and a sub, as it really helps the channel out. So take care of yourselves out there, and I will see you in the next one.